Globally, we produce enough food for 10 billion people, 2 billion more than the world's current population. Yet nearly 1 billion people still go hungry every year. The agribusiness industry, made up of big companies that dominate fertilizer, seed, and food markets, claims that it can feed the world, but it hasn't. And it won't. Instead, the agribusiness industry extends corporate control over food and farming, prioritizing profit at the expense of economic, social, and ecological well-being. On a healthy and resilient farm, humans and ecological processes work together to fertilize soil, manage insects, and grow nutritious food. But here's what the agribusiness industry sees. In the process, farmers go into debt, buying these commercial inputs while corporations reap the rewards. And now, companies and investors are looking at African agriculture as a final frontier of growth to feed their voracious appetites for more profits. Let's look at what happens when agribusiness commodifies and privatizes one of the most fundamental components of agriculture: seeds. This is a traditional maize variety, cultivated and adapted by farmers over many generations. A seed company takes it and invests in research to make it produce a protein that can ward off unwanted insects. Then they patent, advertise, and sell it as a so-called improved variety. To be able to do this, companies need countries to adopt laws that allow seeds to be patented and privately owned. And in some cases, these laws make it so that only patented seeds can be sold on the market. Seed privatization laws are popping up all over Africa, imposing intellectual property protections designed by rich countries who stand to benefit the most.
The Plant Variety Protection Bill, it was a bill that was proposed that will enable Ghana to pass a law that makes it possible for Ghana to join the International Union for Plant Variety Protection, the UPOV 91. Then you are obliged to go by a set of very rigid laws for seeds. Laws that protect seeds that are patented by seed producers. And these laws have a lot of negative effects on our small farmers. Our local seeds, number one, is available to all farmers. You don't need to buy it. In fact, my father was a farmer, and I don't remember us going to buy seed. Anytime it was the farming season, go to your uncle there, I need this seed, I don't have enough. Give him some. Go to this, my friend here, you can get some. I have excess, if you want, he can also come and take. This was how seed was available. They shared. And then they're not ashamed to ask from your relatives. And this is how they did it. But a new protection law now promotes a certain type of seed. They call it formal seed. That what I said was the informal seed system practiced by the farmers. This is a formal system where the seeds are produced by only specialists.
The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and AGRA, the Alliance for a Green Revolution in Africa, are using their influence to push for seed privatization on the continent. They fund and advise institutions that lobby African governments to pass these laws. This enables seed companies to enter the scene, generating more profits and more corporate support for AGRA. At the same time, programs funded by the Gates Foundation and AGRA push farmers to use these privatized seeds through field demonstrations, seed giveaways, media promotions, and credit. These methods lock in new consumers before later charging regular market prices. In some cases, seed laws can even make it illegal for subsistence farmers to exchange seeds or save them for replanting, as they have done for generations. Corporate control of seed violates farmers' rights under international conventions and endangers people's livelihoods, increasing hunger and eroding cultural traditions.
Remember, in Africa and Ghana in particular, the practice by farmers is that when you cultivate your crop, You look at the best crops and select them, save them for the next season. And those saved seeds, culturally, you share them with your brothers, with your relatives, with your friends, with anybody who is in need. But this law prohibits that. That if you are using their seed, you cannot share it. If you share it, it's illegal, and you can be arrested, and you can be jailed for up to 10 years for sharing the seed or even selling the seed, which is protected by this law. In Ghana, food is not just about feeding the stomach, it's also medicine. People also use seeds not only for food, we also use it for rituals, for some cultural practices. So if we lose this diversity and we have only a few of them, it means that some of our cultural practices are truncated. Some of our medicinal cures that we get from our food is lost.
Advocates of seed privatization claim that seed laws and patents stimulate innovation and competition and help small entrepreneurs. They don't. People have been developing and improving seed varieties for at least 10,000 years, and researchers, crop breeders, and small-scale farmers have long worked together to develop well-adapted and nutritious varieties of seed using traditional knowledge. What seed privatization laws do is enable consolidation and monopoly control. 4 seed corporations now control over half of the global seed market. As a result, more than 75% of traditional seed varieties worldwide have gone extinct over the last century. While small-scale farmers use millions of unique plant species, agribusiness works with less than 200. This is a threat to resilience and biodiversity in the face of climate change.
Our farmers are already scientists because each year they go through a process of self-selecting their seeds, preparing this seed, storing the seed, and distributing it. How do we get our farmers to work with them to improve upon this? For example, how do they select the best seeds? What are the indices they will use to help them select? This is what the farmers are looking for. It's not they're not looking for science, or they don't want improvement. They don't want application of science. They want it applied in their context, and not somebody plays with genes somewhere, playing God and producing seed we don't know what it is for, and forced down on them.
Seeds are merely one example. Food, water, land, and nature are also being increasingly commodified. Because of this, less nutritious crops are produced. Basic needs are brought under the control of corporations, and environments are treated simply as resources for humans to endlessly exploit. Bill Gates and other donors support this top-down, corporate-led model, portraying it as charity and as a win-win scenario. But the only ones who appear to be truly winning are the companies who profit from this system. As farmer-led systems are eroded, and as more and more people go hungry, including farmers themselves. And how is it that one wealthy white man and his foundation have gained so much influence over African agriculture anyway? In the next film, we investigate the man behind the money and his foundation's financial flows.